this is what a typical career path looks like. If you ask, if you even Google, you see it's a planned trajectory of how you want to grow your career in your workplace, and with an ultimate goal of adding value to your company and to yourself, importantly. So over a couple of years, for me, I've always thought about, oh, what is a career path and what will my career path look like? For most people, it's actually non-linear, which is signified in the diagram you see. For a lot of people, it's not linear because at different times you have plans, but maybe there's a recession like we're experiencing, or maybe COVID just hits and all of a sudden you're supposed to be from point A to point B, but with those uncertainties, it just changes the dynamics of everything. And the question is then, oh, what am I doing? Most times, what happens is when plans like that are distorted, people then try to jump ships. And it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's what works for you. But because most people don't have a career path already planned, they most times end up moving out of what they originally set out to do. And then in the long term, what they realize is, oh, maybe I've just been wasting my time here. I should return back to what I originally have plans for. Because for some of us, our careers are driven by different things, our interests, our skills, our talents. And if you don't have it really structured and planned out, most times you end up going after the things you never planned for. And what happens is you hear questions, you see things like, I hate my job. I don't even know what I am doing. I don't know where I'm headed. And most times it's because most of these things were not properly defined. So this is what a typical career path looks like. And if you look at the top of that path, you see leadership skills, and at the base, you see technical skills. So typically, when you start off, you're more on the technical side of things. Generally, for a lot of people, maybe some people, it might vary for some people, but uh, for majority, your role starts on a very heavy technical end, and then it progresses towards more of the leadership path. So typically, there are 7 levels or stages of our careers. The first one is when you get in the entry level, which that's where we're most excited. Probably you just finished university. For some people who did not even see the need to go to the uni, maybe they wanted to do something else, and they just started with that particular path and they took off. And then the next part you move to is the early career part of things, where you move from a trainee to now you're an associate, you're a coordinator, you're a specialist, you're an analyst. And that's what you see attached to some roles like analyst or all of that. You're still in the early stage of your career. And if things goes as planned, you move to the mid level where you become a supervisor, you become a lead, you become a manager or a departmental head, depending on the industry and the company. For some industries, they tend to have very senior roles early in their careers. So you can see people being like full-time managers, even in mid-career, or vice presidents and all those roles. But for some other industries and organizations, things vary, but most times it falls within this range. And then you move to the next level, which is a senior level, where you become a senior manager, a director, a vice president, like I said, depending on the industry you find yourself. And you move then to the executive level. That's where you become CEO or one of the big people, the executive directors in the organization. Yeah, that's the stage you get to. The sixth level is the board level, where you're not longer involved in the day-to-day running of probably an organization or a business, but now you're more of a senior board member. You're a major stakeholder. You get to make decisions on behalf of the company, and then the company executives run with it. And you get to this final stage where you are now a visionary, or you sit in an advisory board with respect to that subject. A typical example is someone like Bill Gates. He sits on a lot of advisory bodies, and some of our very prominent people, they sit now, they just come to advise, they come to review, but they also sit in some boards, but most of their jobs is mainly setting trajectory, thinking, okay, in the future, what should this look like? What should that look like? So that's a typical example. And then finally, retirement, where people then just don't want to do anything. At that point, probably they've achieved all they set out to do and they are comfortable where they are. And I think for different people, they want different things at different times. But in a nutshell, this is what a typical career path looks like. And I'm sure at this, knowing this now, we can confidently say what level we currently sit at.